Hey guys, it's Noor and I'm here to show you how to make one of my favorite recipes of all time, especially in the fall. It's called apple bread and it's an interesting mixture of cake and bread with some apple chunks inside. It's super easy to make. I am a very bad cook and a very bad baker, but it always turns out good, so it's fail proof. Here's the recipe that I use online. I usually cut this recipe in half because it makes just a little too much batter for my loaf, but you can make however much you want. So as you can see here, I got all of my ingredients ready. I have sugar, flour, cinnamon, salt, baking powder, 1 egg, a cup of milk, some oil, and 1 apple. I usually like to put more apple than there is in the recipe just because it keeps the bread moist, but it's up to you. You can also substitute some of the items here if you have dietary restrictions or if you like to make it more healthy. I sometimes use whole wheat flour instead of all-purpose flour, and then sometimes substitute some sugar with honey. You can also make this vegan or dairy-free. She has a lot of notes at the bottom of her recipe. You can check that out if you need to. Okay, so I have my dry ingredients in this bowl and my wet ingredients in this bowl all whisked together. And basically what you do is pour in some of your dry mixture into the wet mixture and then whisk until it's incorporated. Okay, all done. You can see that the batter is getting thicker. And now it's time to cut up and add our apple. So our batter is now ready to go into the oven. And just a quick note, if you used whole wheat or another type of flour like I did, one trick I learned is to let it sit in for 5 to 10 minutes just to let it absorb the moisture so it's not dry after it's done baking. So my batter has been sitting for 5 minutes and it's ready to go into the oven at 350 degrees. And here is our final result. Mine actually always looks burnt because I always use whole wheat, but as you can tell, it's very soft. You can eat this by itself, with butter, with ice cream, with icing that she has in the recipe. It really is perfect for everything. So I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe.
Hi guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make a fudgy mug cake. It's really easy to make, only 7 ingredients, and you just have to pop it in the microwave, so really easy to make, quick, tastes pretty good, and it's a great thing that you can do in your college dorm room or something late at night when you only really need to use the microwave. So it's a great little snack, and I'm going to show you guys how to make it. So here you can see that I have my recipe and all of my ingredients laid out for everything I'm going to need for the mug cake. So I'll go ahead and zoom in on the recipe. So if you need to pause the video and write it down or take a picture, go ahead and do that, and then I will get started making it. So the first thing I did was I took the peanut butter, milk, sugar, and vanilla, and I took them and put them all in my mug and mixed them up real good. It might take a little bit of mixing to get the peanut butter to split up, but go ahead and make sure that you take the time to do that. Then once that's done, you can go ahead and add your flour. It's okay if you make a mess. You have to clean up anyway. And then your cocoa powder in as well. And you're gonna mix all of that up. You might find that once you start mixing, if your batter gets too thick, you can add a little bit of extra milk until it's a smoother consistency. So we're gonna stir all that up, and then we'll do our chocolate chips. So now we got our flour mixed in and we added our chocolate chips in there, and I threw a couple on the top too. So this is ready to go into the microwave for about 1 minute. You may have to look, and if it seems like it might still be a little bit like batter, you might have to put it in there for about 10 seconds more, and then just keep checking it and add 10 seconds if you think it needs it. So we'll do that, and then I'll show you how it looks. So here is our final product. It's been microwaved for about 1 minute and 15 seconds for this one. It is ready to be eaten. They're best eaten warm, and you can put a little bit of maybe whipped cream or vanilla ice cream on top if you like it, but that's up to you. You've got your mug cake and you've got a delicious treat.
Here are all of the ingredients. You need 4 pounds of ground beef. You need 6 onions, garlic paste or garlic, It doesn't really matter. You can use bay leaves, cayenne pepper, thyme, oregano, basil, crushed tomatoes, tomato paste, diced tomatoes, and red wine is optional. The first thing to do is to put all of the ground beef into a big pot like this and cook it to brown it to take off all the fat. What you have to do is turn on the stove to medium high, and then as you're doing that, you gotta kind of mash up all the ground beef. Now you gotta cook these onions until they're all brown and move them with a spatula every once in a while. Now that the ground beef is all finished cooking, there's no pink in it, you gotta turn off the stove and you gotta take out all the oil out of it. Then you gotta put about a tablespoon of garlic, of this kind of garlic, in with the onions, like that. And you gotta mix it up with a spatula. Okay, so now that the onions are brown, you gotta dump them all into the meat. One cup of a dry red wine. Like that. Add the spices. Okay, so now it's boiling. So as you add all the spices, you should keep it on medium high, and then you gotta mix it up. So while it's simmering for 2 hours, remember to stir it every 15 minutes so it doesn't burn.
So I hope you guys enjoyed our fall/Thanksgiving themed recipes. Let us know down in the comments if you tried any of these, if you have your own favorite recipes, and thanks for watching.